Today's pro tip is brought to you by WD-40 Contact Cleaner Quick Drying. If you happen to ever damage your fingers in any place at all and have a hole and you don't really kind of know right where it is, spray some contact cleaner on your hand and your fingers and the cuts will reveal themselves. Welcome back. Well, the old girl was a little cranky getting started this morning. This afternoon. It's noon. It's actually a little afternoon. So I'm gonna let her run for a little bit. I don't know what that was all about. All right, today it's time to cover that beast with my rich Corinthian leather.
Corinthian.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
But does it mean anything?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Fake leather that I bought. So we're gonna do that, and then we can finish up our wiring by mounting everything underneath and getting it installed in the truck. Look at me, woo, getting something done. All right, I asked for a quote on shipping for a windshield, and I don't think I got it back, so I need to go find out what's going on with that. So, all right, next thing, we'll be starting on this.
24 hours later.
Okay, yesterday was all good intentions to get work done, but this needed to be done first. So I had to get the swimming pool ready to go. So we have a very small swimming pool, and the grandkids use it. My wife gets in it about 3 times a year, sometimes more. There was a year, the second year we had a pool at our other house, she only got in it 3 times that year. Whole swimming pool, maintained all summer for 3 swims. That was pretty annoying, but anyway, what do you do? All right, so it's a little cloudy, but the chemicals all say it's good. It needs a little more cyanic acid or some whatever. Anyway, I'm balancing the chemicals. It'll hopefully clear up, and then it'll be back to perfect, where you could read a newspaper at the bottom. Anyway, kids love it, so we do that for them. All right, day 2. We're gonna do the upholstering of our supple Corinthian leather, fake Corinthian leather. We're gonna put that on our box while the boys put in another outlet for me. So they're gonna be in the background probably while we're working here. So who knows how this will go when they get back from the hardware store. So I'm not taking it easy on them. I made them actually go to the hardware store too. So I told them what we needed, and we'll see if they get it right on the first try. And then we'll let them know. I had a little bit of this ready to go. So it'll be perfect and right amount of to get this out over there. So I've got a lot of, so this is an extension cord. You know how dangerous that can be. And so I'm gonna put this, I'll put another 4 over there behind that up high so I can get to it. So I can power my radio after I get it refurbished. So that's from 1967. It's very fancy, very nice, except that one of the knobs doesn't work very well. So I need to get an electrical shop to fix that. I don't think I have the talent for that. Anyway, all right, that's what we're doing. Let me get things set up and get one project off the top of the other project, and we'll get her going. All right. Okay, I'm gonna cut the faux leather out of its cocoon, and then basically outline what I'm gonna do. What do you think? It's gonna look so good. All right, the gist of it though. All right, so we've got this 2 yards, so it's not gonna reach all the way around just as it is. So I'll have to flip it over longwise, and we're just basically gonna do a wrap on the bottom like this, and then we'll put a top on it going the other way, and we'll do flips. And we talked about this before. We're gonna do staples, so we need to experiment with our staple gun, make sure we're not punching through it, and get our air sorted out. So let me get the air stuff sorted out and set up, and then we'll start looking at that. Okay, we're back. All right, now I went and got the air gun. I put the oil in like you should, 2 drops or whatever it says, and I've got the air hooked up, and I got the staples. So I've got little 1/2-inch staples, and I've got a few loaded already. You don't have to have this to do it. You could use one of the mechanical guns too. So, I mean, if I had staples, you'd see that make a staple. But, and I'd get a fancy one if you can. All right, so I cut off a piece of fabric. This is a piece of the MDF from one of the other pieces of the project, and I'm just gonna put a staple in it and see if it holds up. So we'll be stapling from the back. So we're gonna do felt side and staple. Okay, that punched dang near all the way through it. It did punch through it. Okay, so that, way too much, too hot, too much air. So we need to adjust it. This is not an adjustable one here. It won't adjust here, but I can adjust it over on my air tank. Okay, it was set at like 130, so I turned it down to like 90. So let's see how 90 does. Sounded a little hot. It did catch, but it did bury it. I mean, it just drove that thing in there. I'm gonna turn it down to like 60 and see how we get there. Okay, that setting was actually closer to 80, so I turned it down to 40. So this is 40 PSI. Let's see how it does. Oh, much better. Okay, so I can still see the staple. It's above the surface, so I need to turn this down just a little bit more. I'm gonna go with 50. So we're gonna turn it to 50 and see what happens. All right, here we go, 50. Ooh, sorry, 50. Perfect. Oh yeah, that's the ticket. So here's 40, there's 70, and there's perfect, right in the middle. So that's perfect. That in staple is gonna be great. So we've got it dialed in. So you can see it's not pulling away. Very good stuff. All right, that's the ticket. Okay, that's where we're gonna go. All right, let's do it. Okay, got a little bit of overlap here. And then we've got this down the side, pretty straight. Right here. So we're gonna overlap on this side too. So we'll do overlappage. Find a spot here on the other side here. Cut. Maybe you want to watch the cut. Do you want to see me cut that? I'll bet you do. Let's just come over here so you can see me cut it. Pants need pulling up. Sorry about that. All right. All right, we're gonna give ourselves a little freeway there to have some fun and make sure everything works great on that side. I'm gonna use these gigantic scissors. And I know I'm not gonna cut this straight, so I'm gonna hang it right there, Matt. I'm gonna hold it down, and then we'll cut along that straight edge right there to make a straight cut. So we'll go with that. Give myself room to hopefully that the scissors will work. For those stuck, let's do a razor blade cut. And I did not give myself enough room for the razor blade, so we're going to do a weird hold here. Alright, alright, alright. Nice! Alright, give ourselves a little room up here. Okay, alright, so we got our one edge, so we need to get this so we can cut a straight line down the other way, I think. Yeah, we need to come up here with it, and then across there with it. I might just hold this down and cut it in place, just like it is. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, so straight down from here, pull that out now. Alright, straight down from here, giving some gap. Hey! It might have been too close. It's gonna be okay, I think. Alright, so we'll go across the back here. I've got enough on both sides to make this work. It's gonna be okay. It's all gonna be okay. It's all gonna be okay. Okay, first cut made. Woo! How about that? All right, let's clean up our mess here. Let's get this kind of straightened out here a little bit. Okay, I think the boys are back. Did the coupons work?
One of them did.
What, when?
15.
Sweet. So that cost me
$4 or something.
$4.
Yeah, it was, I think it was $3.40.
Righteous. Is that a rum and coke?
This?
Oh no, the bag.
This? Yeah, no, we saw by the liquor store.
Okay, cool.
Okay, thank you for giving us, oh, we're on camera too. Thank you for giving us the most humiliating possible task of all time.
No worries. Why was it humiliating?
The only help in there was females.
They had one gal there that was really, really good. She doesn't work there anymore. So.
I don't know, I think the girl that we were talking to really wasn't that bad.
Did she
No, the girl we were talking to, she was super helpful and she was super
She's
funny
helpful,
too.
yeah. She's,
Did you ask
she
her
was real
out?
funny.
nah, she
Get her
she-
number?
I think she wanted me to, but
Here he goes.
I hope it doesn't fit. 'Cause then I'll be back.
Oh! I don't know if I can tolerate you dating Blanchard girls, but
She's a Viking.
Viking. She had like Viking clothes on. Oh, right up your alley. Let's make some basketball players, right?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. All right. What all we got? Okay.
Okay.
What did I tell you we were gonna do?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Oh, we're building that.
We're gonna build one of those.
Yeah.
Tell me about that, Grady. So I already told you about it. You're telling
Told
me about
Drew
it.
about it.
Oh my, those are too big. So I'm glad you got the right size.
Okay. This is gonna have outlets in it. It's basically just building an electric current because this powers the shop, right? Or some of the stuff in the shop. Okay, powers some of the stuff in the shop. And we're basically building that, but we're putting it in the truck, right? No, we're not. We're putting it in here. Putting it
Just like that. We're gonna set up one of those
in here.
in here.
Why
I thought it
would
was
we
gonna
set it up in the truck? It's electric. What were you thinking?
that whatever
truck's
it's
not
that Ace
electric.
Hardware was very dimly lit. I was tired. And it's just gonna power more stuff in the shop because Papa has so much, may I cuss?
Yeah.
Shit
We're gonna put it right
inside of the shop. And we have so much shit inside the shop that there's more stuff
No.
to power and
Where are we gonna
Were y'all not listening? We're gonna put it over here.
Yeah, 'cause tell us any of this shit?
Grady got the lowdown. I pointed. I want that plug right here. Right next to the
Why the
coconuts.
ladder's right here, dumbass?
Right next to the coconuts.
Are you suggesting coconuts migrate? Not at all. They could be carried. What? A swallow carrying a coconut?
So I need that right here to power the radio and to power the shop bench stuff so it's not on an extension cord,
Okay.
which can cause fires, right? Okay.
Okay. Here's the earth.
All right, so that's what we're gonna do.
Sweet earth, you might say. Around?
Round.
Okay, so here's the earth. Chilling. Damn, that is a sweet earth, you might say. Round. Alright.
I don't like ladders.
Oh, that's one of the funniest videos on the internet. I love that. And it's like 30 years old, so it's really even better. All right, cool.
He's a beginner. He's never done this before.
Neither has Grady. It's a little like watching midget wrestling. It's wrestling, but it's midgets.
Oh, you're watching
He's like, this isn't some like special art. This isn't an art.
So this is why you stay close to your man, because if he drops the screws, he has to keep working. Not yet. It's not going to stay there. You just hold it with your hand. Don't worry about that. It'll crunch it. Put it through the box. Hold the box, and the box will hold the screw, and then you're ready to roll. Put the hole. Yep. Put it in there. Through the hole. What hole are you using?
Uh-oh, son. It doesn't fit through the hole.
Are you serious?
Fits through one of them, but not the other.
Well, you're going to drill it out too then, aren't you?
Ready?
I'm ready. I've been ready for 10 minutes.
Me too. I was just waiting for you to say go, so. Next one.
All right, we're going to go work on this while they that around, so sorry for the language. All right, here we go. All right, now we're going to do some steplaging here. So probably need to do this upside down. So let's flip it over. We're gonna flip this over and start on the other side. Okay, so got this. Gonna put this in here. Think about how this is going to lay. It'll lay like this. So this can be here. Okay. Start on the other side. I want to use the straight edge along the top. So we got this lined up. So it's about as straight as I can hope for. Maybe a little less bowy in the middle there. All right, that'll work. Okay. Okay, so this side. What?
You falling off the ladder?
Me or you?
Me.
I don't remember that. When was this?
Is that the...
Christmas lights or something?
But it was like the one going to the attic.
I don't remember you falling off the ladder.
Well, back first, yeah.
Huh.
That's where my fear of ladders took me.
Yeah. So it's got a nice clean fold. Looks like a Marine Corps hospital corner on a bed, maybe. So you learn stuff in boot camp. I know. It's crazy, right? Okay. So got the stuffles in it. Now we're going to do the same thing on this side, which you may not be able to see. Okay, there's a better way to do this. That's wrong. That looks terrible. But we're going to go with it because... Okay. All right. Alrighty then. Alrighty then. Okie dokie. Alrighty. Okay, so now I'm going to put staples in the end down here to hold this over, and then that'll be it. That'll be it for the whole thing. So let's start on that. Here we go. Like 3 staples to get stuck inside the gun. That's why it's fire. No more. I think it's still shooting too hot, so let me turn it down some more. I had to stop to help the boys with the electric. We got that sorted out. All good, all tight across the top and the back. Looks good, looks very sturdy. There's no wave. Sorry, camera's in a weird, no wave. So that's good. And then across the top, that all good. So now we're gonna put in a piece on top, okay? And we'll reverse flap it and flap it, cut it, we'll put it in here, okay? And then we'll roll it over and we'll bring it across. So that'll be that. All right, this will be entertaining to do the one way. So I don't know how to do that, but we'll experiment. So we got this figured out. Okay, so I need to cut another piece off. So we're gonna do that now. Let me get the camera set. Ow! Where's my kleine Messer? Kleine Messer. I drop it on the floor? I don't see it. I'm just gonna go down there loosely. If I had a cutting table, I'd use a cutting table. Can you even see me over here? It's hot in here, by the way. All right, let's go down this. Stay. All right, I'm done with the naga hide for today, so let's tape it off. Let's get this so we can store it. Okay, I'm going to attach this here at the top, and then I'm going to use a rolled edge fold over. No, I don't know if that's the real term for it. It's the one I just made up in my head. Okay, this is not working. That's gonna look terrible. I'm not gonna be happy with it, I know. So I'm going to pull that off and do a Google search. I'm gonna tear this up and do a Google search. I'm gonna do a Google search. Google search in progress. Okay, I couldn't find a really cool way to do this, so I think the only way I had to do it was the way I was doing it. I thought about putting an edge across here to make the edge, so like put a piece of trim across the top. Some other ways to cover up the obvious parts of that. So we'll have to see about that in the future. I'm gonna go ahead and try to bundle this up, but if it looks really, really crappy, I may be putting a trim piece on top. My wife said glue it, but you know, that's not what I wanted to do. So we're not gonna glue it. So let's get started on the folding and stapling again. All right. This could be better. That looks pretty terrible. But it is what it is. All right, but that's how that's gonna turn out. It's rough, but I'm not an upholsterer. I am a Land Rover mechanic. I know, that's funny too. Anyway, but yeah, there we go. All right, so that's where we're at. All right, so now we know our box goes on it here. So we're gonna need to drill a hole and run wires down it somewhere in this area. And then we're gonna mount the electronics underneath on this part right here. This is Okierover put the groceries in the house. Where did you put that, you moron? Oh, there it is. Okay, so I went to the hardware store yesterday. No, that's not the hardware store. I did go to the hardware store, but I went to the auto parts store and I picked up some stuff that I thought I would need and some stuff I didn't need. All right, so I got some braided wire loom. So it's that fancy pretty stuff. It's fancy and pretty. Ooh, ah, okay. It's not the basic crappy Harbor Freight stuff. It's crappy stuff from somewhere else. But then I also bought, I like to go back to the back corner and they have a cart there and it's for closeout items. So they always have something crazy cheap back there. So I'm looking and they had one of those flashlights for 87 cents. Why not? So I bought an 87-cent flashlight and I bought some $2.77 window cleaner, which is way cheap. They had buckets of this. So anyway, I bought some. Yeah, I'm a sucker for it, but you can never have enough flashlights, and if you're paying for them, they're pretty expensive. Now, this one had batteries at one time. They're toast and in bad shape. So they're coming out and I'll just replace it with good batteries and clean up the contacts and we're all in business. So just for fun, right? All right, so we got those batteries out. Oop, ah. All right, so we got those batteries out. We'll put fresh batteries in there and give this a good cleanup. It looks pretty clean, it's not that bad. This one is a little crusty. But I'll stick the wire wheel in it and clean this little part up so it'll be all good. And I'll clean out the inside too, it looks like. All right. Yep. I got carried away and started filming before, or started working on this before I remembered I should be filming it. Okay, so I've mounted the bracket and I've mounted the light switch. And now I lost my screws on the side, so I'm having to use ones I found in my kit. And they're 3 miles long, but they work. They aren't going anywhere. He ain't going nowhere. Okay, so all the wires now have to come together somehow on the back, which I think I should probably make a nice loom of some kind back here. Unfortunately, they're this short, so I think if someone was doing this, you know, on a boat or whatever, they would just go straight down with a hole and go straight down into the bottom. My brain has me not doing 6 or 7 holes into my new stuff. My brain says, come down here and bring all the wires down with it, and then make your joint and make one hole to go through here. And then I can use my braid to cover everything up. That's what my brain says to do. So that's what we're gonna do, because we listen to our brain. All right, but that means we also need to put our jumpers on this and get those ready to go. Got a little tiny mosquito flying around my head. So we're gonna build some jumpers for this. Did I have white wire? Wouldn't it be nice if I had white wire to make white jumpers with? Wouldn't that be nice? Yeah, okay, we're gonna scrap the white wire idea. I already made all the jumpers out of the black wire, so too late, so sad. Put it away, we'll move on. Okay, so by doing it that way, that means I'm going to have to put this in the truck and then get the wire, the harness, let's get the board mounted to the bottom, and then we'll drill the one hole I need here, and then we'll run all the wires down into the box, and then we'll make all of our heat shrinks in there. So that's pretty much how that's got to go down. So that's it. All right, what are we going to do next? We're going to move some stuff around. I didn't drill my hole. Damn it. Okay, so we need to do that. So let me pull this back a little bit. I'll mark the hole spot and drill it. Okay, so enough of those. Is that going to be enough hole? I don't know if that's enough hole. I'll put 3 or 4 of those in there. I don't know if that's enough. Ah! Alright, this is the point of no return. I can't undo this. If I do it wrong, I've done it wrong, and it's going to be what it is. But so I'm going to cut the top and then drill a pilot through the back, and then I'll use my fat multi thingy to get that done. Middle of the box, right there. I'm going to cut that right there, and then right there. Alright, let's get a pilot hole. Okay. Time to do it. Okay, we're going with that. That's our solution. We can tuck in all the wires into this hole. Oh man, that is not great. Okay, bunch of sawdust got underneath. Crap. That could have been done differently. Probably should have been done differently. Okay. All right, let's get the...
Stay asleep.
Okay, vacuumed out all of the detriment from the underneath here. I need to get that over there still too, but so I need to string the vacuum cleaner through that gap. It's gonna be a pain in the butt. That's what we got. All right, so we're gonna get this thing mounted. So let's get this mounted up, and then we'll run our wires, and we'll get all of that in a suitably clean and pretty looking install. That's what we're doing right now. So let me get started. Okay, so these are all the wires. These are all the wires that need to come out and go into our switch on this side. So we're going to fish those. The red one is the all, so I need to remember to mount it to the correct end. So the others are various switches. So I put stickers on my switch thing already. I have a low percentage chance of getting any of them right because I didn't really check that. So we're gonna go with it. Right there. Okay, I have way more than I need. All right, so the most farthest. All right, I'm gonna cut that off here. And then I can adjust it. All right, let's get these sorted out as far as which gets what. All right, where's my fancy power line that comes in all the way from the front? Okay, we gotta run this back up to the front and get it powered up. All right, let's go that way. Front, I ran power up to the front, so that wire right there goes up to the battery. So now we're going to sort out which one of these does what back here. So I'm gonna mount the camera like this and do this and that, and then that's got the box in the middle. Okay, so let's get them all. Okay, so if I put power on this one and I put it here and I flip that switch on, nothing's happening. Nothing. Oh, I have no power to this. Okay, hang on. Do I need power to that? I'm not sure. I don't remember. Okay, well, let's do some more stuff here. Right there. We need some more of these. Hold on. Okay. Those there. And then these go here. Let's just turn these switches on. Okay. So when I touch this, we should get a light somewhere. And that one is... Okay, that is starboard. No, that's port. Hold on. I need a... Hold on. All right. Let's do this again. Okay. Now we're doing this again. Now we're going to have port. Which one did we have? Touch it. We get a light. Let's find out which light it is. Again, I need another, because I have to get up to do this each time. Let's go with this one. Okay, where does that go? That one is port. Great, good job. Okay, port. Okay, so then we get another one. We stick it on there. And we figure out which light that one is. That's gonna be starboard again. Starboard! Okay. Got it labeled. And then our last wire, which is not any of these two, which is the third wire somewhere buried in here, digging through the mess. There it is. This should be the backlight. And it is. All right. So this is aft. I guess I could have figured that out with process of elimination, but it worked out the same. I still wanted to test it. So, okay, so now we got that sorted out. We need to turn this up on its side. I can see the switches and the stuff I put on it. All right. So I've already put the indicators on it. So this is stern, these are the two sides, and this is everybody on here. So we'll put everybody on over here. We'll be coming out of this one right there. Okay, oh shoot, stop it. Oh, ow, started a fire. Damn it. Okay, and those are hot, so I can't do anything about that. Hold on. All right, pause. Okay, I guess I can't say we didn't start the fire, because we just did. Yeah, and I kind of it's not even fun until Eric gets hurt. So yeah, I eliminated some fingerprint. I eliminated some of my fingerprint apparently, and it's Todd hurts. It hurts a little bit. It does. And we melted some of my fake leather stuff. Damn it.
You dumbass!
Dumbass. All right. Okay, so there we are. All right, now we're going to do put our light wires onto our switch wires here. We're going to make our lovely connections back there, and then we'll go forward from that spot. Get started. All right, we're going to do that with our fancy soldering things. So the stern light is the first light here. So there's stern. Ow! Don't use that finger. Dang it. And knit them off in a appropriate length. Ay, mother pearls! Okay, let's disconnect the electric unit. Keep forgetting that that's plugged in. I burned myself again. So now it burns on both sets. Damn it. Well, we didn't do that very well. We didn't cut any of this off when we did this one. We got our brain wired wrong. We're just doing stuff, dumb stuff. Oh, good. Well, that wasn't a very good connection anyway, so all the better. Damn it. I'm just burning it in burner some. Gotta get my head in the game, man. The heat gun is melting the top, or changing the top, so we're gonna mitigate that. All right, where were we? Well, that was fun. You got to watch me burn myself, start a fire, and be successful all in the same day. How exciting. Okay, that's going to conclude the light switch external auxiliary light project. The next step is a Wii Boost, which, if you know what that is, it's one of those cell phone booster things, which I talked about in 2 videos ago. I'm going to go ahead and install it. I have it, why not? And then I will get that installed, and I'll need to buy an antenna. So I don't know what kind of antenna to buy yet. I don't know if I want the big cudgel looking one, or there's some others that are look like more aerodynamically fin-like. Those seem to be ridiculously expensive, so probably not going with that. But anyway, we're gonna look for an antenna, and we'll do a Wii Boost install on the next video. Thanks for tuning in, like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week, which is Memorial Day.